get to Bill Clinton. Here's a couple clips from his deposition that are ridiculous. Roll the clip.
The witnesses who testified in the Epstein cases that Epstein said, you quote, like them young. Why would Epstein say that about you?
Are you asking his opinion? You're asking him to think about why Mr. Epstein would say something about him?
Why would Epstein say that
So
about
she's
the
asking
president?
you to try to be in Mr. Epstein's mind and guess at what Mr. Epstein would have thought about.
Clinton likes them young, referring to girls.
First of all, that's not true.
What's not true?
That I have any interest in underage.
I didn't say underage, I said young.
But it's still not true.
Is an intern young?
Yes.
Okay.
At my age, anybody younger than I am.
Did you
is
know
young.
Jeffrey Epstein instructed a witness to deny you were ever on his island?
He didn't have to since I was never there.
All right, next clip.
Okay, did you ever discuss sexual misconduct allegations made against you with Epstein or Maxwell?
Never.
Did Epstein or Maxwell ever offer to help manage or silence women who made sexual misconduct allegations against you?
No.
Did Epstein or Maxwell ever offer financial support directly or indirectly to legal defense funds related to impeachment proceedings or civil actions against you?
Not to my knowledge.
Do you think a young girl massaging a president is unusual?
So are you asking his opinion?
Well, he
You're
was
asking his
massaged by a young woman. I'm asking if he thinks it's unusual that a president, sitting president of the United States, leader of the free world, that
So I'm
it's
sorry,
unusual
are
a
you
young woman
speaking
would
to,
be.
are you talking to the instance of the
Yes, is it unusual that
the
a
back
young woman would be
massage
massaging?
that occurred while he was not president? I'm just trying to understand. You said a president of the United States.
Former president?
Thank you. Just trying to make sure we're correcting the
Are you
time frame.
filibustering?
No, I don't need
Okay.
to. I'm actually trying to make
I
sure
think
that
I'm
as
pretty
you,
clear. He said he
you
knows what
said he
young-
was a sitting president.
Excuse me, could we just please go one at a time? Thank you.
You said a sitting president. I want you to be clear so that when he answers
former
you,
sitting
the
president. How
record
do
is
you want to do
clear.
it? Is it unusual?
I have no
calls
idea
for-
if it's unusual.
Objection calls for speculation.
I figured.
I don't know who, I don't know what's happening here, but he could actually get away with this and look good, but he's looking terrible in this. I'm just saying, if you, maybe because he's so old, he don't have a cap. He don't have a filter or something. I don't know what's going on with him. He could literally say, but this is how you know he's guilty of doing something. We'll never find out what he did, but at least you can see from the videos that he's guilty of being a dirty dog, because your lawyers shouldn't have to say much or nothing. They ask you what you think about young. Are you attracted to young women? Even if you are, you just say, no, I'm not. Do you think an intern is a young woman? Yes, but I'm not attracted to young women. And leave it at that. But he can't help himself. Is it inappropriate for a lawyer for a sitting president to get a massage from a young girl? He could just say, I have no idea what you're talking about. Instead, he tried to answer the question. His lawyer had to step in. Y'all, it get worse. Let me tell you something. When your business starts growing fast, shipping can either make you money or completely waste your time. I've been there. Orders stacking up, rates all over the place, pure chaos. That's why I use ShipStation. ShipStation puts everything in one place. Order management, rate shopping, inventory, returns, analytics. Instead of juggling 5 or 6 different tools, you've got one dashboard that actually works. It connects to over 200 sales channels and compares rates across USPS, UPS, and FedEx to find the best options every single time. Sometimes saving up to 90% on shipping. If you already have discounted carrier rates, bring them. ShipStation keeps your discounts and ad automation, prints labels in bulk, sends tracking automatically, and cuts down on customer service headaches. I use this, and you should too. Right now, you can try ShipStation free for 60 days. Full access, no credit cards required. All you have to do is scan the QR code on the screen. Or you could go to ShipStation.com, use code Tatum. 60 days is plenty of time to see how much time and money that you can save every day on shipping. That's ShipStation.com, use code Tatum. ShipStation.com, code Tatum. Y'all, it get worse. Roll the clip.
Have you ever had contact with an individual by the name of Shantae Davies?
I believe Shantae that's a distinctive name, and so I think that was the name of one of his flight attendants.
Okay. She's been described on being on a 2002 Africa trip and providing massages. Was she or any other young female on that trip underage at that time?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay. Did you ever receive a massage or have physical contact from her or anyone else on that trip?
You've seen the pictures. There was one time when I was sitting up and I got a back rub, a neck rub.
Okay.
And I think Shantae did it, but I'm not sure.
Okay. Did you ever visit Epstein's Little St. James Island?
No.
We have Virginia Guthrie, who has testified seeing you on the island with 2 young girls. Did this occur at all? Okay. Why do you think she would have made that claim?
Objection, speculation. He can't possibly.
Have you ever met her or any other Epstein associated underage girl?
Not to my knowledge.
Okay.
All right, next clip.
I hate this, but because I don't believe I should inject anything. But I do not want to leave the impression, but since there was no follow-up question, the president never, this is 20-something years ago, never said anything to me to make me think he was involved in anything improper with regard to Epstein either. He just didn't. That's the truth. As I said earlier, the only conversation I had with President Trump about this was in the early 2000s. And I have no information that he did anything wrong. I just want it all out there. I want everybody to get it all out there and let everybody see where we are.
All right, this is a clip about did Epstein kill himself? Roll it.
I'd like to ask you personally and directly, do you believe that Jeffrey Epstein killed himself?
Are you asking him to speculate on how Mr. Epstein died?
I'm asking what the president thinks of.
So you're asking his opinion?
Mr. President, was your friend Jeffrey Epstein suicidal?
Are you classifying him as a friend who he has testified that he was friendly?
He has called him a friend in a letter.
He said he was friendly, but not. True. You've asked for his testimony.
Mr. President, do you believe that Jeffrey Epstein was suicidal?
Do you know?
Was he ever
She's asking for the
suicidal?
best of your
I
understanding.
don't know. I only know what the medical finding was. I think maybe
That's it.
he finally got caught, and I don't know. I've accepted it in my own mind. I don't know what happened.
Mr. President, what did you accept? That he killed himself or that he did not?
But he did, but I don't know.
Yes, sir. Thank
And
you,
neither
Mr.
do you.
President.
We don't, none of us know.
All right, I think we got one more clip. One more, roll it.
What did happen, Mr. President?
I don't know. I mean, I've already told you this. I'll tell it again. I never saw anybody do anything wrong. I thought they were flight attendants.
Do flight attendants typically wear tank tops and jeans?
They don't all wear uniforms on private planes.
Yes, sir.
All right, next clip.
So do you recall the details of this photo, recall the photo being taken?
No, I don't think I ever knew the photo was taken.
Okay, and for those who can't see it, it's a photo of you in a hot tub. There's a person next to you here. Do you remember where it was taken? Where was it taken?
I'm almost sure that this pic, and I think there's an adjacent photograph, which you probably have, that if people saw it, they would feel that someone was trying to con them showing this picture. But anyway, this picture was taken in Brunei.
Okay, so you don't know?
No, and then there were other people in the pool.
Okay, so do you remember were they under 18? Would you
No.
know? No.
Were they part of your traveling party, he's asking you?
Yes, they were, I think. I think everybody there was part of our party. It was late at night or late-ish, and I also believe that there was a Secret Service agent there at the other end of the pool.
Okay, and was this in public?
No, it was a hotel room, and the Sultan wanted us to stay there, and the water, this big pool, was on the same floor that there were several suites, and so we went out, I swam around, I sat in the hot tub for 5 minutes, or whatever it was, and I got up and went to bed.
And then I have to ask this, did you engage in any sexual activity
No.
with this person? Great. Thank you.
Not to say that you shouldn't go to jail. If you did a crime, you need to go to jail. The delineation is that, are we arguing that Bill Clinton had 16, 17, 18-year-old girls on the plane, or are we saying that he messing with little kids? That's a delineation for me. All of it is a crime, and you should take you to jail. I don't care which one it is, because you know how old, if they ain't 18, you going to jail. But there's a difference with little bitty kids. That's what changes the game for me as far as how crazy it could be. If you at an island and the person is 17, 18 years old, you're still wrong, but that's not the same human being as somebody with 12-year-olds and stuff at the thing. That's two different things. Is he a dirty, horny old man? Then maybe he is. Because I would argue some of your favorite people is flying and got flight attendants that's young looking or whatever the case may be, and they trying to mess around with them little girls. But there's a difference between 18, 17, and 38 and all that. I just want to make that delineation. Which one is happening? Is Bill accused of on the island with little kids, or he just flying these planes and being a pervert? Which one is it? And also, I want to know if the girls on the plane are 16, 17, 18, and around that age, how are they on a plane and their parents don't know about it? And are they being allegedly trafficked? Those are things that I need to know, in my opinion. And I don't think we ever going to have the answer to that, but that's what I want to know. Hillary Clinton, bring this pantsuit wearing thing on the TV. Roll it.
Photos of your husband in a hot tub laying on a beach and getting massaged by other women, and you knew that Jeffrey Epstein was involved in some of these trips and these things. Did it concern you at all?
I'm here not to offer my opinions. I'm here to answer specific questions to the best of my ability.
When you saw your husband in these photos with a young woman being massaged, what went through your mind?
I am not going to speculate.
You didn't have any feelings about young women massaging your husband?
I am not going to offer opinions or speculation about anything that I have no context for and was not there.
Although I can't stand Hillary, but this is the stuff I be saying. Like, is this a real investigation or I got you moment on social media? You're asking her questions that don't matter. Is she shocked or is she offended? Is her feelings hurt? Does she feel? This is like 20-some years ago. I bet you $1 million they hadn't been sleeping together in the last 40 years. They both old, and look at him, his hands shaking like this. Him and Hillary ain't laying up nowhere. She don't care what he doing. She know Bill out there gunning, and she had her own agenda. She wanted to be the president, and she was gonna stay with Bill no matter what he doing. That man was in the White House getting services from an intern in the Oval Office. Do you know how horny you gotta be to do something like that as the president? Bro, you can't do it off premises. You gotta do it at the White House. You know what kind of R. Kelly, P. Diddy type dude he is? Hillary knew exactly what man she married. She had her own pantsuit agenda, and she was moving on. But where are we going with this? Because you asking her questions that ain't gonna matter. And then she give an answer, a reasonable response. When I say reasonable, I mean an intelligent response that don't implicate her whatsoever. And it's a nothing burger. Let's play a couple other clips. Roll it.
In past public statements, as in 2017 speeches and interviews, you described Pizzagate as a baseless conspiracy theory, alleging you and others ran a child sex trafficking ring from a Washington pizzeria basement. Have you reviewed any 2025, 2026 Epstein files that were released that you believe reference or relate to those specific
All right,
2016
see, y'all heard the
claims
question?
regarding
Hillary's gonna answer something crazy and it's not gonna go anywhere. I just want to save you time. They asked about Pizzagate and what happened was you get a nut job, they go over there and try to shoot the pizza place up and they have no evidence of anything. No real tangible, articulable evidence. It's only speculation. I remember I was looking at that docuseries Fall Cabal, and it's compelling to believe that all of these celebrities are deep involved in this sacrificial stuff and blood and all this, and it gets your mind going. But I'm not wasting my brain power trying to assume. Let me just give you an example of why. Give me the screen. Let me give you an example of why. We were just in New York at a pizza place. And that place was so good. Good pizza. They had all kind of varieties. I had some garlic knots. That place was good. My wife was like, don't post it because we eating pizza. And I'm like, I can't live my life like that. I don't give up what she probably was joking, but I don't care what these people think. They're going to try to add me in there because I'm eating a pizza in New York, which is where you want to get pizza from anyway. But I want us to not be too, listen to the conspiracies, but make sure you have a balanced perspective. All this Pizzagate stuff, I think there's something to it, but make sure that you're not adding everybody that had a slice of pizza or that mentioned the word pizza and you add them to it. That's all I'm asking you to do.